Ooh. First time drinking coffee, not a good experience. What's up everybody? It's been a while, about 11 months or so. But it's already October and I haven't posted a video for such a long time. And essentially con season's over. And you know, that means that people are putting their cosplays away, and such a sad season, but such a happy festive season as well, because after Halloween, that's like the last day to dress up for most people. And or that's when everybody dresses up. So before winter comes and I put all my cosplays away, and yes, I did it. I definitely did it. Remember when I said I was gonna go and do this cosplay right here? Yes, well, I didn't do the pre-evolution one. Spoiler alert, by the way, for people, I'm so sorry. I did the evolved version from the manga. Well, anyway, I want to give you guys an overview of the entire cosplay suit before I stash it away and work on my next projects. The aftertaste is so bad. Well, let's just get into it before I start having my ADHD moments and I lose track of what I was essentially what I'm trying to tell you guys or show you guys. Starting from the Under Armor part of the cosplay, I want to introduce you to the pants that I wore. Essentially, they're like any regular black pants, except the thing is, I added these clips here to help keep the thigh piece in place. Because what happens with the thigh piece is that it starts to slide down because, I don't know, like my thigh is angled this way, so naturally the piece will go down like that and then it will lock into my knee and then it will bend. So what happened is that I'd tie this around my waist and I would clip this into the thigh piece and the thigh piece would just stay up where my thigh is. Next piece that I want to introduce you to is Backhoe, the shirt piece. So basically, for my chest piece, I wanted to do the abs attached to my stomach. So these are for the 4 plates. This clip is for the shoulder piece, and these Velcro are to hold the shoulder plates down, so it would attach and then hold it down. Everything else just slides on. It covers my mouth, so when I feel, oh look at me, I'm Kakashi Sensei. When I'm not lazy, this would cover my mouth, then I'd put the helmet on and it would be seamless completely, essentially. Well yeah, that is the Under Armor part. I'm starting from the leg upwards. I want to start with the shoe. Basically, I just took an old pair of shoes and added these parts to it. These are foam because these aren't what the feet look like in the manga. They actually look like dragon claws or like dragon feet, like legit dragon feet or something. But this is my own creation. It's from up here. There's this armor plate in front of this whole design. And in color, it is, I think, red or gray and white. But because it's in the manga and it's not colored in, I envisioned it being red with a gold trim around it, which is basically what I did here. And these are thumbtacks? Yeah, I glued them in. They're thumbtacks and I glued them in. On the inside, it's EVA foam with Worbla over it because I ran out of time. It was supposed to all be made out of Sintra, which is a thermoplastic. But I didn't have time to put it all together. I ran out of time because, you know, procrastination. This is basically the sewing job I did. This is all sewn. This is fabric, if you can see. And basically on the back, essentially it's secured in with hot glue around the inside of the back. And also over here, it's just some stretchy fabric. I forget what they're called. Like elastic. I don't know. Basically, I can just slip these on and just wear them. This clip, oh, come on, focus camera. That's not what I want you to focus on. Focus on these. Yes, these clips are basically what hold it together so that, now focus on me. So basically, the clips are to hold it in place so they don't slip down to where it basically locks around my ankle so it doesn't slip down and to my heel, because that feels uncomfortable. So yes, on to the next piece. The next piece is the thigh piece. This is basically a simple design that I basically came up with this because in the manga it's straight all the way around. This is angled, as you can see. So I took EVA foam. If you see this straight, it's essentially like this. If you can envision that, it's kind of like a 90-degree angle essentially. I drew in these indentations, hopefully you can see that, the indentations, and then I dremeled in the design or whatnot, and yeah, basically it's just EVA foam with Worbla on top of it, painted white with elastic so that I can just slip it on. And these are the clips I was talking about, right here and right here. After the thigh, moving upwards, is the belt piece. Basically, this was a belt I had laying around. This is a simple piece as well. This is sewn. Okay, I basically made the design with the trim, the red and the trim gold. Basically, it's the exact same like color scheme I had with the armor plate. Yeah, that's basically it. I hot glued it to the belt because what other creative way could I do it? I am good and content about what I did with the glue. Cod piece that covers the front. So these are the elastic things that I was talking about. There's Velcro on the inside of the belt buckle, basically, and it just goes around and attaches like that. Keep it straight, like, no, not like that. It's essentially to counterbalance each other, like this. That does not even look straight, but you know, you get the point. My body is not symmetrical, alright? I don't think anybody's body is symmetrical. So it would just go like that. It looks very lopsided if I just do it like this because, you know, natural body ain't symmetrical. Yep, essentially, that is the belt piece. Moving up! We are now at the chest piece and the back plate. So, the chest plate. I hate doing chest plates and back pieces, especially ones that are together. For some reason, it doesn't want to fit around my body right when I do the template. And templating is basically taking drawings of paper and then essentially wearing paper armor around your body and walking around your house with it. This was such a bitch to make because it didn't want to cooperate with me. It was either too big or too small. I couldn't make it just right and like a tight fit like how it looked like in the manga. So basically, eventually I just got it to fit somehow, some way, and this is the end product. It's basically Sintra, as you can see, on the inside, and then it's expanding foam that I sprayed over it to get the thickness. I think you can see it here. Yeah, look, you see? Expanding foam to get the thickness, and then I put it over with Worbla, which gave it like some, you see like bumps? It doesn't look like it's straight or whatever. It's basically bumped or whatnot. This is a styrofoam ball. Because a lot of people asked what this was. This is a styrofoam ball that I cut directly in half that I basically just glued onto here. And this, I wanted to make it mobile because obviously I want to bend over when I go and like pick something up off the floor, or, you know, like take my armor off or whatnot. I don't know, you take the chest piece off anyway first. So, see, these are the Velcro that I was talking to you about, and then there's the elastic so that it flexes. There's the elastic so that it flexes around like this. With the back piece, which is this, I tried to emulate the exact same thing with the spine thing, because on the manga there's a spine that goes all the way down to his ass crack. I couldn't do that because as soon as I tried putting it onto the suit, it would lift the shirt out and it looked very awkward. So I decided ultimately to remove it. The way to put this on is the exact same way that okay, both materials are the exact same way. The way I put it on is these earth magnets, right here and right here. I put it on my back, and then I take these, the earth magnets, and obviously it's north and south that attract each other, and then it just goes together like so. And then over here, it's just a clip that attaches together on both sides. Yes! Next is the arms. Start with the shoulder piece. I templated it, put it on the Sintra, cut it out, heated it up, glued everything, then I bondoed the seams, which you can kind of see. I tried to emulate shadows or whatever over here just so that you can see it, but you know, I'm not that artistic with paint. So this clip goes up here, like I said before with the cloth armor, and then these velcros went onto the arm. So clip, velcro, and then I can just move my arm normally like this. Going down the arm, I have the bicep piece. This was very easy to make. Same concept as the thigh piece. EVA foam, dremeled in the details, and then there's the elastic to just slip this onto my arm and it just stays around my bicep. Okay, well, the last piece of the arms is basically like this. So I started off with this this EVA foam with Worbla, and then the elastic to fit around my arm. And then I got this design first, basically, and then I attached it to the EVA foam and the Worbla. And then this is the same method I used to make the Shin Armor piece. I essentially sewed on, I had a piece of Sintra, I sewed it around it, I put it on it, and I attached a glove at the end so that you don't necessarily need to attach and detach the armor in like any specific way. Basically you just slip this on, and I am not about slipping this on right now. But yeah, you see the handpiece is kind of incomplete, but I thought, why am I gonna add more things that complicates me wielding the weapon of massive destruction? Talking a lot gives me the urge to drink something, and because coffee is right in front of me, it's the only thing I have to drink. Bitter, tastes like crap. Nope, tastes good. Aftertaste tastes like crap. Did I mention it's my first time having coffee? It's good. Bad aftertaste. Okay, final piece is the piece that I started with first, and that is the helmet weight. You know what I forgot to mention? I forgot to mention the reason why. The reason why I added these designs to the outside and on the cod piece of the armor. I thought the armor really looked bland by itself, so I wanted to add something more intricate to it. So I added these designs. And these designs, as you can see, are basically what is written on Akame's handle for her Tegu, the sword. I basically repeated that all the way across, going like this with bits and pieces of Worbla that I had left over. And it looked good. I thought it was a good idea, so I went for it. Not accurate to the manga, but it's my own creation. Imagination. Works. It works. It looks good. Whatever. Now we can go on to the helmet. Basically, I had a lot of envisions for this. Starting with how I just came up with how to build it. Basically, I came up with this straight piece right here. I just conjured up bits and pieces that looked good. Like I started with the top, I drew this basically, and then I worked my way around from there using paper. And then I was basically walking around with a paper helmet without the face plate, which is the face shell. If any of you know Spider-Man cosplays, they normally have a face shell on top of the mask so that it looks like you won't see like no nose sticking out like that through the fabric. So they have a face shell which makes it look nice and good. So that's basically what I used here. And this right here is fabric. It's black fabric, and this is just glass lenses. And the reflective, you see? They look nice. There's also a story behind these too. So I thought that I could heat up a glass, a plastic lens and bend it to its will so that it would fit this, because as you can see, there's a little bit of a gap there. When I was heating it up, it got really hot and it burned, so I couldn't see through the lens, and I thought, damn, I have to go buy another pair. So I went out and bought another pair, which is a pure yellow one. I tried to make sure it was yellow because Tatsumi's eyes are yellow when he evolves, or not necessarily evolves, but when he uses the Imperial arm. I took another pair of glasses. I tried the same thing, didn't work. So I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do now? I don't have the same pair of anything. So I looked at both of them. I'm like, when I take pictures, it's not like I have to turn my head. It's not like I'm looking straight away at them because of this. You see these horns? They're supposed to go outwards, not inwards like this. But what can I do? It's tough working with materials that don't want to cooperate with you. So I made do with what I had. So I took the opposite lenses and then I put them on, and I just thought, hey, this is a good idea because they won't fog up if I sweat under the helmet. They would just air themselves out because there's a little bit of a space right in front of the lens. So I'm like, hey, this is actually a good idea. Why did I try modifying it? But you know what? It works. It looks awesome. So yeah, basically it's all made out of Sintra. This is the first thing I worked on because it seemed to be the most complicated. Let's start with the complicated things first. It makes it more fun. So as soon as you put you deal with the complicated stuff, you can have fun with everything else. So this whole thing was basically made out of Sintra. This is fabric with the face shell on the inside, and these are holes to breathe so it won't fog it up a lot. This is to basically hold my head in place. I can just slip this on and then these would just hold my head in, like, perfectly well. As you can see, it will only fit my head because I have to kind of shove my head inside there anyway. So yep, that's basically how it looks on the inside. As you can see, I kind of bondoed around here and tried to add that shadow, but you know, I'm not artistic. And as you can see over here, it's very hollowed out. I thought to myself when I was making it that these would be good holes to put ventilation, and I was gonna cover this up and make it like 3 of these pieces gray, like 1, 2, 3 gray, and then this is white, this is white. But when I got to the painting stage, I ran out of time, like always. Then there's the teeth, basically, of the helmet, and that I just glued on, and basically I just cut them out on Sintra, dremeled it in so that it has that angle and that sharp teeth look to it, and then yeah, I just glued it on when it came time for me to actually glue it on. That's essentially how the helmet was made. Now I want to introduce to you the final piece and the last thing I worked on, which gives me a pain in the ass to do, and that is the almighty spear. Yeah, this is a spear. So, I'll need to back the hell up. Basically, I started out with a broomstick, as you can see, and a foam board creation, which is deep down within the thickness of this blade, Spearhead. I took the foam board creation, I put it on the stick, which ends over here. It ends here. It's basically holding from here to here, and that's it. Everything else is foam board, expanding foam, and on top of it is Sintra, and that is where all the weight is. It's all in the Sintra, and I have to hold it here, and there's no counterbalance, so it just falls this way. That is why I put I glue gunned the tip out of, I glue gunned the shit out of the tip of the spear, because that is always on the ground. I put it on the ground and held it like this. a lot because of how I traveled. I only picked it up and posed when someone wanted a picture. And it's the same thing with this end, because you start to get tired and then you'd want to flip it completely around and hold it like that. I was supposed to cover these ends, but it looks good regardless, so I decided to just leave it. So it's just this Sintra, like the faceplate over here, and then all the way up to the top. In the middle of the design, I couldn't get the Sintra look, so I used Worbla to cover the foam, the expanding foam that was over here, and it turned out to work great. Also, there's the color difference. You can see that there's dark shade and a light shade of red, and for some reason it worked to my favor, because what happened was I wanted to prime it, so I primed it black from the broomstick all the way up and then around here, and then I started painting around it, and then the can ran out. Stores were closed and I couldn't, and the con was the next day. So basically what I did was just take the red paint and hopefully it will cover all the black spots. But as soon as it dried, I saw that the dark spots actually worked to my favor, and I was like, hey, this looks chaotic, this looks good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this overview series, which reminds me the materials I used were Sintra, EVA foam, Worbla, and expanding foam, and fabric. That includes basically the Under Armour part and the spare broken belt that I had, because I don't know if those are expensive or inexpensive. Plus the clips, the Velcro, and the earth magnets. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped you for your future projects if you want to make this build. And I will see you in my next video. And I promise there's gonna be a next video. I don't want to quit YouTube again because of personal things. So I will keep trying to keep you updated weekly or whenever I feel like making a video. So I'll see you guys all next time. Peace!